Hello friends, so I've done my best movies of the year list, and now it's time for the worst. I mean, I wasn't gonna do this list because, like I said, I've been kind of trying to stay away from movies that have been generally perceived as terrible, but I've watched a few, so this is just going to be a top 5 with a couple honourable mentions, because if I stretched it out to a top 10, I think I'd be less passionate in my hate for the movies that I'm talking about, because, yeah, I more tried to lean towards the good movies this year. But, anyway, let's just get right into it. Let's go with the honourable mentions. First honourable mention I'm going to talk about, more for the sheer disappointment, is, Only God Forgives. Now, this wasn't the worst movie of the year, it was just the most disappointing. Most of the other movies that you're going to see on this list were just really bad, but you knew they were going to be bad. This one had so much potential. It should have been great. It should have been excellent. It was coming from Nicholas Winding Refn, following up on his 2011 cult hit Drive, which is one of my all-time favourite movies, and this movie just stunk. It looked great. I'll give it that. It looked great visually. It was well directed, great music, great cinematography, but everything else just fell flat. The story made no sense at all. A lot of the acting was wooden, even though there were some very talented actors involved. It was just a stupid movie. It made no sense. It was gratuitously violent, and you know I like violence in movies, but this was just, you know, it went over the top. It was disappointing. Next honourable mention I'm going to talk about is Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. I wasn't going to go near this movie, but Jaren gave it a glowing recommendation, so I checked it out, and boy was I disappointed. It had some cool action scenes, but other than that, it was dumb. It was filled with anachronisms, or however you pronounce that word. So many historical inaccuracies, so much laughable dialogue. The witches weren't scary, though the action scenes were cool, but that's really what I can give to this movie, because it was really just a dumb mess. And of course, I'm just going to give a bit of a mention to Sharknado, because it's Sharknado. Alright, let's get onto the list. Now, like I said, I didn't see all the bad movies that came out this year. I didn't see movie 43, so, yeah, that'd probably be guaranteed a spot on my list if I saw it. But, anyway, here are the worst movies of 2013 that I did see. Number 5, yes, only number 5, is The Lone Ranger. This movie is a piece of shit. I reviewed it, I fucking hated it. And thinking back, I still fucking hate it. It did have some reasonable potential. It was coming from the creators of Pirates of the Caribbean. Starred Johnny Depp, and then Armie Hammer, whose acting was about, you know, he had the same charisma as a fucking hammer. He should not have played the Lone Ranger. Johnny Depp, we had him, you know, making quizzical looks and stupid noises and being one of these quirky characters that he's now fucking famous for. But this movie was just crap. It was overlong. It went for about 2.5 hours. Nothing interesting happened. It was all over the place. One moment it was trying to be a drama. One moment it was trying to be, like, you know, a happy action comedy. And it was just lame. It was a disappointment from beginning to end. The only part of it I enjoyed was at the end when they actually brought out the Lone Ranger music. But the movie was just a dreary, boring, complete misfire. Massive flop. Fuck this movie. Number 4 is another movie I watched due to people around me recommending it, and that is The Internship. Now, many people may disagree with me, but I just could not stand this movie. The best way to describe it is just mediocre. It was probably the most cliche-ridden movie I've ever seen. Everything that happened, you predicted it was going to happen. It went along. It went through the motions of all these movies. Had the, you know, the good old happy ending. You know, you had the problem. You had the two friends falling out at one point in the movie and then becoming friends again at the end. You know, it's just so cliche. It wasn't funny. I laughed maybe once in this movie, and that's being generous. Freaking. Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson, I don't know, they just didn't work well together in this. I don't know. I like Owen Wilson sometimes. Vince Vaughn I don't like, but he's been okay in other things. But this movie is just... it's just terrible. There were so many lame movie references and jokes that didn't work. It wasn't funny. It was just bland, and I hope I never have to sit. Number 3 is a movie you're not going to see on many other people's lists. I mean, I actually watched it because my friend gave it a 9.9 out of 10, said it was brilliant, and I watched this movie and boy was I disappointed. The Bling Ring. Now this got relatively positive reviews and I do not understand why. It's basically chronicles this group of teenagers that go and steal from celebrities' houses, and it's based on a true story. The movie is actually based on an article. Fucking article. And you can see why, because this movie is just empty. It is drawn out. It is vapid bullshit. I can appreciate the social commentary, what fame does to us and how we all want fame and how we're all materialistic. And I can appreciate that social commentary, but it gave this commentary in the most bland, boring, empty way possible. This movie was so boring. It was not interesting. I know we weren't supposed to care for the characters, but I didn't find any of them likable. Even when, when there's someone you dislike, but they're a pleasure to watch because of how shitty they are. These people are just, they're twats, and there's nothing redeeming about them. I hated the characters, and I guess that's what the director was going for, but even supporting it, there wasn't a single likable character in this movie, and so I was just sitting here wanting to punch these people in the fucking face. The whole movie was just going in circles, sequence of people talk, people get drunk, people rob a celebrity's house, people comment on the clothes and get all happy and stuff, people go out, people drink, people talk, people try on clothes, people fucking rob a celebrity's house, people try on clothes, people drink, people do drugs, people rob a celebrity's house, people drink, people try on clothes, people get arrested, people lie. Emma Watson doesn't get arrested and then she acts like she was innocent and everything. I mean, fuck this movie, that's all it is. I mean, I basically just summed up the whole movie. Read the article or the fucking Wikipedia page or something, and you'll get more out of it than watching this movie. Number 2 is a comedy that I also watched because a friend glowingly recommended it to me, and this is Identity Thief. Man, what a boring piece of shit for a comedy. This movie was really not funny at all. It took me 3 tries just to finish watching it. First time I watched it, fell asleep. Second time I watched it, fell asleep. Third time, I fucking barely got through it, and I don't know why I did, because there's just nothing good about this movie, It's good old cliche ending, it's just a dumb road movie. It wasn't funny. Melissa McCarthy, she's great, she's hilarious, but in this, she was just annoying. She wasn't funny in this. Jason Bateman just played his usual Jason Bateman character, the uptight guy who gets caught up in a wacky situation, and that's pretty much all I can say about this movie. It's just boring. It doesn't really have any redeeming factors. Now, number 1, I think this is pretty expected, and we all knew this was going to suck, but doesn't change the fact that it's the movie that I hated watching the most for this year, and that's Grown Ups 2. I do not trust Adam Sandler anymore. Anything he makes, I'm just gonna fucking stay away from. I used to love that dude's movies. Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, The Wedding Singer. Oh, he used to be really, really funny, but now he's just Jack and Jill, that's my boy. Grown Ups 2, he's just not funny anymore. Even sometimes, I liked You Don't Mess With the Zohan. I liked, nothing comes to mind, but he's just shit now. He knows that people like him, people watch him, so he can just puts anything out, and people are going to eat it up. All the 12-year-olds are going to buy their tickets to it, and he'll make the millions of money, which is going to keep him making these pieces of shit movies. This movie doesn't even have a storyline. It's just a collection of random jokes as they go about a day in their life. It's not funny at all. I snickered once at something David Spade said, and that's it. This movie is not funny, it's not cohesive, it doesn't have a storyline. I think they all just sort of got together and filmed it in a day, just be like, oh, just, improvise this joke here, just do this, oh, roll down a hill on a tire and throw up, that'd be fucking hilarious, the kids would eat that shit up, let's have a rivalry with Taylor Lautner. Fuck you grown-ups too, fuck you Adam Sandler for what you have done to comedy. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching me ramble about shitty movies, because we've got to balance the positive with the negative. Have a good one.
Hey guys, it's shameless advertising time. Now, you remember Jaron? Yeah, that little bitch, the short one? Well, yeah, he moved back to Perth because he's a bitch. And, well, he's made a new channel, so I'm going to shamelessly advertise it. So if you're interested in movies and shit like that, go ahead and check his channel out, Your Local Cinephile. I'll put a link in the description and shit, because, yeah, his videos have actually improved. I mean, he's only made 2, but yeah, they've improved a lot upon his old channel. And, also, another shameless advertisement, if you're on Facebook, check out our Facebook page for movie reviews. Basically, we just try to review all the new movies we see and everything. We've got a few of us adminning it, and because we could use some more likes, because we're basically preaching to no one at the moment, and shameless advertising over. Thank you for watching this list. Have a good one.